Check, check, 1, 2. Welcome back to the Ice Den in Scottsdale, Arizona, where we get set for Game 2 of the championship series for the state title. Featuring again, Mission taking on the Bobcats. Bobcats leading the series 1-0 coming into tonight. Mission wearing white with their backs against the wall. Bobcats in blue with a chance to hoist the trophy at the end of our time with you here. Bobcats won the first contest yesterday afternoon by a score of 6-1. And net for that for the Bobcats was number 27, Hansen. We'll see who the goalies are for both sides as we get closer to puck drop here tonight. Mission went 2-1 in the group stage, beating both the Knights and the Sun Devils. They did drop their tilt with the Bobcats. The Bobcats went 2-0, beating Mission and the Knights, and did not have to play the Sun Devils. Warm-ups coming to an end. We'll anticipate the national anthem before we get set to get underway. Starting lineups will come to you as soon as we have them. Game 2 of the Arizona State Title Championship Series coming your way next. National anthem complete. Players get their buckets strapped back on and get set to take the ice. Final instructions from the benches. It will be Hansen taking place in the net tonight again, like he did yesterday. And we'll see who we have for Mission. It will be Oliver McNeil, 1-2 in the tournament so far, losing both games they played against the Bobcats. He'll be in net first. J.J. Roth and Gabe Cordova as the defensemen. Steele, Hoover, and Melissa as the forward line as we get set to drop the puck here on Game 2 of the state finals. And we're underway as puck tied up on the dot, chipped out by Roth. Cosper sends one in, shot saved by McNeil. Second chance blocked away. Behind the net, Roth will pick it up, sends one forward. Hoover spins, tries to clear, kicked in by Montoya. Then Cordova able to get it out to neutral ice. Cosper in control of it, tries to play Montoya ahead, too far. Now Eskew. Eskew across the line, that's kicked aside by Oliver McNeil. Back out to neutral ice. Cosper finds Eskew again. Eskew chips forward. Ahead of Mirag was Cordova. Cordova now flips it in deep. Chased by Steele to the corner. Eskew gets there first. Plays to McGrath. Picked up by Van Stone. Van Stone plays it around towards the back of the net. Gets it back in the corner. Sends it back behind. Forecheck now is Braden Martin. Steele with a big hit. Puck separated off the stick of McGrath. He's able to get it back. Now plays ahead for Leach. Leach. Pass was stolen away by Van Stone. Finds Decker Burgess in the defensive zone. His pass exits, but it was tipped away and now intercepted by the Bobcats. Mirag slowed up by contact. Horman able to tip the puck in on net. That's saved. Behind the net, Horman gets it back. Flipped out front, bouncing puck. Sent aside. Now Lewis battling with Chitka. Roth plays it along the boards, only out to Melsick. Melsick shot knocked down, gloved but not cleanly by McNeil. Another shot on net for the Bobcats here early going in the first period. Puck turned over. Luke Johnson has it poked away. Horman with it. Horman takes a big hit from Roth. Roth goes down. Mirag across the line. Mirag to Chitka off his stick to the side netting. Now out, Melsick in at the point. Melsick looking D to D, but off the stick of Mirag. Played long ahead. Hoover has Melissa with him. Hoover, backhand pass, is just behind Melissa. Cordova able to pick up the loose puck in his own zone, sends it along the boards. Lawson will control for the Bobcats. Lawson to the circle, has a shot blocked by Cordova. Melissa pushes forward, but Duffy able to control it at the blue line. Lawson. Looking back, Derryberry keeps it in. Ripped around the boards. Duffy kicks it down. Basinski. Basinski forehand from the high slot, saved by McNeil. 14:07 to go. Frantic start to the first period, but we're still scoreless here in Scottsdale. Fresh skaters on the ice. You see Johnson, Lewis, Martin, Van Stone, and Cordova. Face off. Pulled away by the Bobcats. Medea to the wall. Trailing out front. Good save by Oliver McNeil. And the puck flipped up. Gloved by Lawson. Closes his fist on it. And that'll be the call. Held on to it just a bit too long for the officials' liking, so Lewis will make way for Roth. Bobcats win the faceoff, take it into the offensive zone immediately. Medea driving around Cordova, but he's forced behind the net. Wraps to the front, too far for Lawson. Cordova ports ahead. Puck loose, Duffy controls at the point. Sending it across to Derryberry, who dumps it in for Lawson. Van Stone Back to Cordova. Cordova lifts one in the air. Bouncing puck controlled by Derryberry at the red line, then sends it in. Icing waved off. Penalties coming here against McNeil for contact that was allowed all game in the first game. McNeil made a step in the forward's direction. Evan Hansen, the goalie for the Bobcats, was allowed to hack players in the head last game without a call, and then immediately a penalty called against Mission here. Penalty on us. Bobcats win the face-off with the man advantage. Played across the front. Melsick can't control it. Eskew at the line. Martin able to clear the zone. Send it back towards the Bobcats net. Hansen drops for Eskew. Now Morag. With speed across the blue line. Drop pass finds Foreman. They get tangled up, and Lewis able to clear. Back to Morag here on the near side. Forward for Horman across the line. Drop pass looking for Horman. Broken up. Melsick controls. This shot blocked. Puck clipped out. High stick. Waved off. Steele racing Eskew to get to the puck. Steele with it. Short-handed. Steps towards the face-off circle. Finds Melissa in his backhand attempt. Filters through the crease. 45 seconds to go on the Mission penalty. Varian forced to spin in his own zone. Finds Chesley on the near side. Plays to Duffy. Looking for Polanco. Steele taken down. And Bobcats, bad pass. Sends it all the way back to their own zone. Polanco. Varian drops back to Duffy. Duffy at the point. Sends it back in deep. We're back at full strength now. Puck chipped out to the line. Glove down by Duffy. Kept in. As Cunningham able to make it to the bench. Off the penalty. Back to 5 skaters for Mission. Duffy winds. Fires. Saved by McNeil. It's 11 minutes even on the clock. Defensive zone face-off for Mission. It gets tied up at the dot. It's Montoya with it. Montoya spins. Lets the puck loose. Now chipped forward. Van Stone gains the red line. Dumps it in. Eskew first to it. Martin there pestering. Puck played loose. Official says it's tipped. No icing. And Mission able to get to it. But Bobcats hold the zone. Eskew dribbles off his stick and out. Montoya trying a cross pass. Can't find his target. Hoover able to sweep the puck, clears. Mission goes for another line change. Long pass ahead. Montoya able to shovel it in. Lewis first to it. Sends the backhander towards Cordova. Cordova cross ice. Lewis will pick it up. Sends it forward for Hoover. Hoover has it bounce off his stick. Now Steele with it. Steele to the offensive zone. He's wide along the half wall. Not much he can do with it. Goes behind the net. Picked up by the Cats. And here they come Forward with speed. Lawson loses the puck right at the line. Hoover steals it away. Hoover gains the blue line. Drops for steal, and it's pulled off his stick right as he turns to shoot. Medea across the blue line. He loses the puck. It's tipped forward for Hoover. Hoover off the wall towards Cordova. Cordova pushes past Derryberry. Sends it back out towards the middle. Kept in by Johnson as he comes off the bench. Duffy with it now behind his own net. Swings the puck around. Barron keeps it in at the line. Mission putting some pressure on. Still no shots on net thus far. Medea tips to the corner. Races to get to it ahead of Lewis. Lewis gets his stick in first. Played towards the front of the net. Taken away by Roth. Roth. Flip pass forward. Goes through skates. Van Stone racing onto it. He'll beat Duffy to it. Sends one off the post. Cycles it back towards Johnson. Johnson steps. Takes the near side shot. And that's held on to by Hansen. Hoover and Melissa back out on the ice as the forward line. Lewis and Burgess, the defensive duo. Morag and Hoover both in early. Now face-off tied up. Played towards the line, kept in by Steele. Melissa under pressure. And his pass is intercepted by Horman. Horman finds an exit to Chitka. Chitka across the line. Chitka to his forehand shot, tipped up over the net. Horman now tries a shovel pass towards the slot. That's picked off by Steele. Steele onto his backhand. Puck pulled up. Melissa with a hit on Morag. Now Chitka with the puck in the offensive zone. It's a good save by McNeil as he stood tall, took it in his shoulder. Melsick. Melsick shot from distance. That went wide. Deflected pass towards Melsick. He's able to control it off the wall, then turns it over. Lewis now. His exit pass doesn't make it out. Backside. Save. And an early whistle from the official as Bobcats had the puck. McNeil had made the save. Near side official thought he had it in the glove, but it had popped loose. So quick whistle saves mission a goal there as Bobcats were 2-0 on that far side. Barron, Johnson, Martin the forward line, Roth and looks like Cordova defensively. Puck out, played in by Cosper, and that is icing is the call there. Cosper a step behind the red line. 7:15 to go, first period, still scoreless. This is game 2 of the state championship series. Bobcats lead 1-0 in the best of 3. Johnson to take the offensive zone face-off. Polanco able to win it. Gets it cleanly to Chesley. Chesley now gains the blue line. Sends a pass across. SQ can't control. He's able to keep it in the zone. Loose puck. Both teams fighting to keep it in. SQ now looking for Cosper on the near side. That pass was tipped. Polanco prevents the exit, and now they get it out. Bobcats changing, had to clear the offside whistle. How long pass played forward. SQ knocks it down. Melissa keeps it in. Melissa takes a tumble. Puck flipped past Roth. He'll retreat. Montoya on the forecheck. Cordova. Pass knocked out of midair by Leach. Now Eskew up the boards past Montoya, and icing called at 6:10. Steele, Hoover, and Melissa back out on the ice. Lewis and Burgess there with them. Steele to take the offensive zone draw from Hansen's right. Also from the official, we get some encroachment, and Steele's going to get tossed. Hoover now have to take the face off. One to the slot, sent in, saved by Hansen. Second chance hits him in the pads as well. Lewis gets the puck out to neutral ice. Leach able to bring it in ahead. McGrath. McGrath's shot wide. McNeil was there with a poke check as he drifted to the right-hand side of his post. And get it away from the Bobcats forwards. Prevent another shooting opportunity. Now a long pass to center ice. Glove down. Big hit. And a second hit. No whistle. And we'll see what we have here coming out of the shenanigans. Is Steele just holding his ground, and the Bobcats tumbling in. No penalties to the Bobcats. Well, Bobcats able to get away with massive amounts of contact in their own crease, just as they were in the first game, without any calls. Poked forward. Off the stick of Martin. Havaranen now with it. Played toward Medea, who gloves it down. Medea flips forward. Steele taken down as he tried to step in. Lost it. Loose pass taken away by Martin. Now Van Stone. Van Stone across the line. Van Stone fires. That's saved by Hansen. Back behind the net. Picked up by Johnson. Poke checked away by Hansen. Van Stone tried to get out front. All three mission forwards back behind the net. Basinski now. Poked away from his stick. Johnson. Luke Johnson across the red line. Taking up space. We're going to get a call. And a hook called here against the Bobcats will be Mission's first chance on the power play here tonight. .436 in the scoreless game. 2 minutes to Basinski for a hook. Cordova to take the face off. Wins it towards net, covered by Hansen. It's Cordova, Melissa, Steele, Lewis, and Roth, the five on the ice for the power play here. Cordova wins the face-off back in the direction of Lewis, but too far wide. He'll have to retreat to his own zone. Sends it cross ice for Roth. Roth, long pass ahead, finds Melissa. Melissa dumps it around the back. Eskew able to get it past Roth. The bouncing puck took it just over his skate. Montoya on the forecheck. Steele makes the move in neutral ice. Now across the line. Dumps it in. Eskew going to be first to it. Slow it up. Roth pokes it ahead. Eskew has some open ice. He's able to send it back down. And almost a minute gone in the power play. Mission yet to really get anything set up. Lewis finds Roth. Roth now goes cross ice towards Steele. Steele along the benches on his backhand. Circles, sends it back towards Roth. Roth able to kick it down. Back behind the net for Cordova. Roth off the boards. His shot was blocked. Back to Cordova. To Roth up top for Lewis. Melissa to the middle. Steele has a poke at it and it goes wide. Lewis now steps down, finds Melissa again along the near boards. That shot's deflected up into the netting. 28 seconds to go on the power play. .304 to go in the period. 28 with the man advantage for Mission. Puck drop tied up at the circle. Duffy able to get control. Duffy sends it along the boards. Montoya able to complete the clear to Leach. Leach across the line, then circles back. Melsick sends one from distance that goes behind the net. Swept around for Roth. Roth, diagonal pass, finds Steele. Time expiring on the penalty as Cordova overskates the puck. Odd man rush chance. Now ahead, Basinski. Basinski shoots. Basinski scores. Out of the penalty box, right into the play. And the Bobcats up 1-0 late in the first period. Bobcats control off the face-off as we reset. Rod can't control the pass. Foreman. Burgess now plays it high off the glass towards Barron. It rolls off his stick, and Derry Barry able to clear. Now to Horman on the near side. Leaves for Chitka. Chitka driving. McNeil is there to slam the door shut. Flip pass out of the zone. Barron tries to play it on for Luke Johnson as he was tangled up. And McNeil with a great glove save coming in at the back post. He'll take the defensive draw, but the whistle blows, and he'll get tossed out of the circle. Now the Bobcats control. Havaranen from distance, and that goes wide. Played out front. And Hoover able to get there ahead of Chesney. Melsick finds Chitka. Chitka. Far side, Horman. Drop pass. Havaranen goes down. Morag driving behind the net, loses the puck to Roth. Roth watching play unfold in front of him. He gained the right line, dump it in. That's deflected on net and covered by Hansen. Polanco wins his defensive zone face-off. It's played behind the net to Eskew. Ahead, McGrath. McGrath gains the blue line. On his forehand as he drifts wide, has a chance. Goes through the front, no one there, and Van Stone able to muscle it onto the slot. Kept in McGrath, and we got a whistle. Net off its moorings. 48.6 to go. First period, it's Bobcats 1, Mission 0 here in Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. Puck drop shot. Slammed home. McNeil can't cover it. That one finds its way through, and it's 2-0 Bobcats here in the first. Face-off was tied up. The puck was left there for a shot. No mistakes made by the Cats. Number 1 seed here in the state of Arizona this year. Bobcats, the puck behind the Johnson, or Lewis, tied up. Chesley tangles with Burgess. Puck comes out to the point. Eskew shoots through traffic wide. Cosper steps in to keep the puck in the zone. Chesley now behind the net. Polanco shot off the post and out. Then played clear of the zone. Drop for Steele. 4 seconds to go. Steele hit by Cosper. And that's it for period number 1. So at the end of 1, it's Bobcats 2, Mission 0. We'll get second period for you coming up next. Players grab their spots in the ice as we get set for another 17 minutes here at the ice. Then, just like we have all playoffs long, there'll be a nice cut after the second period and about a 10-minute break that we'll step aside for. 2-0 to score in favor of the Bobcats here in Game 2. Basinski and Polanco, the goal scorers for the Bobcats. Johnson, Lewis, and Van Stone, the forward line out there. Jake Johnson and J.J. Roth out defensively. Poke played the line, kept in by Derryberry. Poke, but controlled by Medea. Luke Johnson behind the net. Off the boards, tapped out by Jonathan Lewis. Duffy gets it past Lewis and into the offensive zone. Now played ahead to the line, but not out. Now it's a cross by Roth. Duffy. Long pass ahead was knocked down by Lewis. Lewis picks it up in his own zone off the fight along the near boards. Chipped forward, Medea with it. Derryberry. Chips in his own blue line, able to get the puck in the offensive zone. Roth and Lewis tangling with Derryberry. Lawson's there. Basinski's there. It does clear the zone. Duffy with it. Dumps it in deep. Bobcats go for a change. Roth behind his own net. Orman in pursuit. Turned over to Morag. Now looking for Chitka. Chitka on his forehand. Chitka fires high and beats McNeil, and it's 3-0. Bad turnover by Mission in their own zone. Off the line change for the Bobcats leads to the goal. And now they're in a 3-0 hole in a game they have to win. Steele, Hoover, and Melissa back out on the ice. We got Burgess and Cordova as well. Vernon feeds Melsick. Cordova able to get the puck up to Steele. Steele to Melissa. Melissa shoots from distance. That's saved. Hoover couldn't pick up the rebound. Now a long pass played, and we'll get an icing whistle here. 15:09 remaining in the second period. Steele wins the faceoff back to Cordova. Cordova finds the line to shoot. It's tipped and goes wide. Sent back in by Melissa. That was still blocked by Horman, who was sprawled on the ice. Hoover finds Cordova. It was on his backhand. Now Cordova has his stick lifted as he tries to make some room for himself. Pulled away from Steele by Melsick. Played out to Morag. 2-on-2. Plays with Chitka. Chitka wide to his forehand. He shoots and he beats McNeil again. We're going to call to the bench here. Is Caden Thompson going to take his spot on the ice and send McNeil over to the bench? Lots of jawing going on from the Bobcats players as McNeil skates past. And Thompson did play in the group stage game against the Bobcats before he was hacked down and slashed to the back of the net. And had to leave the ice. And did not return. Lawson plays the puck ahead. Controlled Jake Johnson. Hits the official as he tries to clear the zone. Puck finally gets back to Eskew. Off the stick of Cosper. He struggled with that. Now a long pass ahead. Thompson will cover. And we're going to whistle. Johnson, Van Stone, and Lewis back out on the ice. J.J. Roth finds Lewis. Lewis able to clear to the corner and going to be chased down by Cosper in his own zone. Van Stone on the forecheck. Spins around. Eskew up to Montoya. Able to get it clear. Jake Johnson will dump it back in. Anderson plays to Cosper. Cosper ahead towards McGrath. Eskew dumps the puck in deep. Roth will pick it up behind his own net. Puck flipped forward, knocked down by the Bobcats. Skating free as Lewis pulled away by McGrath. Eskew dumps the puck in on his backhand. Bobcats will go to change everybody but McGrath. Puck slips out. Leach had just gotten onto the bench to avoid the too many men. Deflected puck. Cleared back out towards Cosper. Cosper fans on it, but then able to get the puck towards Polanco. Lucky bounce got it right into his path there as Lewis is trying to take off the other direction. Chitka trying to drive around on Lewis. Can't get to the front of the net. Derryberry now for the point. Sends a shot that's deflected out front and past Thompson. Took a huge chunk of a deflection and changed direction. It won't be Derryberry on the goal, but they're claim credit for now. Timeout taken by Mission as they need a chance to reset themselves a little bit. We'll step aside as they take a minute at the benches and be back. 12:45 to go here in the second period. Bobcats 5, Mission 0. Melissa Steele, Burgess, and Cordova out on the ice in the white sweaters. Chesley wins the faceoff for the Bobcats. To Derryberry on the near side. Derryberry miscontrols at the blue line. He's able to get it out towards Chitka. Puck deflected to the corner. Played around. Chitka keeps it in. Burgess again tries to play it out. Again, Chitka able to hug the wall. Diving play by Gabe Cordova. Able to keep the pass out from the front of the net. Now clearing the zone. Chipping ahead. Steele. Steele backhands into the zone. Melissa's going to race to it first. Back to Steele. Steele hits the leg of Derryberry. Eskew flips deep. And that one's going to go for icing here at 11:57. Lawson's going to get tossed from the defensive zone face-off circle. But the face-off still won by Basinski. Medea looking for a centering chance. Now up the wall, stolen away by Van Stone. Van Stone flips, glove down by Haverinen. Poked away, dumped in by Lewis. Hansen slows play behind his own net. Long pass looking for Lawson, too far and deflected out of play, and the defensive zone face-off coming up for Mission. Shot in, Thompson makes a good save. Puck goes behind the net. Medea and Martin battle for it. Jake Johnson gets a stick on it, able to poke it away. Now played out behind Barron. Icing waved off as Melsick will poke that around behind his own net. Cunningham gets to it. Now swept out of the zone. Picked up by Basinski. Lewis. Long pass down the middle. Icing waved off as that went right past Eskew. Mission changing. Long pass ahead. Morag taps it in. Try and chase that himself. Can't get there ahead of Lewis. Lewis takes a hit up high. There's no calls. The puck gets to Melissa. Melissa gets it in the zone. Chitka coming back the other way. Takes a hit to the fence. Big slash. He'll get called for that. Penalty against Chitka. 2 minutes for slashing. 10:16 on the clock. Cordova glides to the spot for the offensive zone draw. Able to win it back towards Lewis. Lewis from distance. Cordova jumped over it. Hansen had a chance, jammed in. Puck still loose. Up top for Lewis as Hansen settles back in his crease. Shot, side netting. Cordova trying to take up residence in the blue paint there. He's being pushed out by Cosper. Now a battle behind the end line. Lewis keeps it in at the line. Turns it over for Leach. Now Lewis will have to race to it. Goes behind his own net. Launches the long pass ahead. Kicked in the zone by Melissa. Thompson stops for Lewis. Bobcats changing skaters. Medea Good pressure on Lewis behind the net. Cordova drops for Steele. Steele leaves for Cordova. Cordova has it poked her way off his stick. Roth plays it back to Steele in the corner. Cordova tries to step in, circles it around to Roth. Roth sets it back low. Now it's front. Steele flat-footed, didn't have a chance. Roth back to Cordova. Bobcats plugging the lanes. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Over to Melissa. Played back behind the net. Cordova. Stolen away by Askew. He'll throw it down the ice. Johnson stops it. Lewis will get it. Bobcats changing quickly again. Lewis circles behind his own net. Had to backhand it, try to get away from Polanco. Steele leaves the zone. Bobcats were off sides, though, both Chesley and Polanco. 2-1. Back to even strength. Chitka back on the ice. Roth. His pass knocked down by Chesley. Chesley to his forehand in the faceoff circles that deflects off the skate of Polanco and goes behind the net. McGrath tries to play out front. That's knocked away. Polanco again finds McGrath, but he can't get the shot away. Duffy from distance. Thompson saves. Thompson holds. And 7:49 to go here in the second period. It's Bobcats 5, Mission 0. Luke Johnson. There's his defensive zone face-off. Derry Berry able to keep it in flight. Goes far side. Shot through. Thompson saves. Luke Johnson almost caught in possession, able to get it behind the net. Lewis will pick it up. Long pass down the ice. Doesn't find a target. We get a whistle for icing. Halfway through second period, just a reminder, we will have an ice cut between the second and third, about a 10-minute break that we will leave the stream running but cut the audio and be back with the third period. Chesley. Door slammed shut on him by Johnson, and Johnson had his stick flipped out of play by Polanco, and that's going to be an interference call and another penalty. Actually, it was Chesley, not Polanco. Interference to call. Mission another chance with the man advantage here. 0 for 2 so far tonight. They did have a power play goal Saturday afternoon. Bobcats win the faceoff. Melsick wraps it around the boards. Lewis controls the neutral ice. Plays to the near side, Cordova. Cordova drops back to Roth. Plays back for Steele. Trying to set up a rush here is Steele. Past Montoya. Now around Haverinen. Cordova. Able to play Roth. Puck partially deflected up high and then cleared out of the zone. Lewis gets in his own zone, steps behind the net. Set up play as the Bobcats change. Steele. Past Medea. Plays it around the boards, takes a hop off a stanchion and jumps out front. Bobcat defender aware to it. That was Melsick. Heads up play to clear that from the slot. Shot past Hansen in the skates of Cordova. He couldn't get a stick to it. Players tangled up in the crease. Haverinen, Steele, and Medea all sprawled out. Roth lays Steele forward. Leaves for Cordova. Cordova now skates past Medea. Slams the brakes in the corner. Melissa is there. Varanen with a high hit. Cordova stunned. He's hurt. He's going to have to make his way to the bench. That one was head high. No call on the play. Lewis had leeching away as he tried to get that to Roth. Now Steele behind the net. Chesley back out on the ice as he tries to see if there's a chance to spring play. And now Chitka cherry picking at the blue line, able to tap the puck in ahead. Thompson will cover and we'll get a whistle. 5:08 to go. Luke Johnson to take the defensive zone draw. Able to win it to Hoover. Hoover now across the line. He's rubbed out along the boards by Eskew. Harmon then turns it over to Luke Johnson. Hit a body as he tried to center. Harmon spins out of trouble. Able to take the puck up along the wall. Chitka skates to stick. Back from Morag. Back to Chitka behind the net. He's pinned in. Jake Johnson sends one along the dasher. Cosper from distance. Thompson able to knock it down and then cover. Bobcats able to control off the face-off Morag to Eskew at the point. Sends one through traffic. Thompson's there. Scramble. Loose puck. Batted free, and Cunningham comes away with a good save by Thompson and heads up. Keep his eye out for the rebound. Cunningham taken down behind the play. No call. Bobcats racing forward. Roth dives. Thompson sprawls. Thompson with a big save in the glove. Able to keep that one out. Full stretch in the splits. Great save by Thompson. Highlight reel there. Melissa gloves it down, but in the path of Morag. Able to keep it in. Horman poked off his stick. Played forward, not across the line. Lewis with it. Backhand pass looking for Steele darting down on the right side. Chitka takes a dive, gains the call. Bobcats will get a power play coming up here on the delay. Only one penalty, no call for the roughing. As the Bobcats continue to get the rub of the green from the officials, as they have in both games. Chesley on the half wall to Duffy. Duffy through traffic gets deflected wide of Thompson's net. Back up to Duffy at the point. Chesley looking back post, and it was bouncing off of Verinen's stick, and now played down ice over the glove of Duffy. Martin racing on. Verinen. Out front, blocked before it could get on Thompson's net. Verinen steps down. His shot blocked. Lewis able to control. Lewis finds a seam and sends it down the length of the ice. Foreman across the line. Poked away. Cordova. And then Jackson Steele able to sling it the rest of the way out. Eskew. In front of his net. Plays to the near side to Chitka. Chitka steps to the logo. Now across the blue line. Driving on his forehand. His shot deflected by the glove of Thompson up into the net. .206 to go. 38 seconds on the penalty to Melissa. Bobcats control the faceoff once again in their offensive zone. Near side with Melsick. Melsick beats Thompson from an angle. And now it's 6-0. .159 to go here in the second period. This one getting away from Mission. A must-win game for them as they drop the first contest. Again, it's first to 2 wins. Bobcats already have one on the board and up big here in the second. Burgess flips the puck down the ice. SQ able to settle it down at his own blue line. Mirage. Prosper winds, fires, glove save, Thompson. And Harmon comes through the crease with his stick on the goalie again. Tied up at the dot. Harmon couldn't get a shot. Mirage couldn't get it back. Now Mirage across the line, looking for Chitka. Chitka knocks it down with a skate. Takes a tumble as he's holding on to the stick of Johnson. He won't let him go. No call. Unbelievable. Chitka had the stick of Johnson trapped, and he couldn't play the puck. And now he's off sides. I know. Barron, Cunningham, Martin, Roth, and Jake Johnson now out on the ice for Mission. Glove down. Played back in by the Cats. Jake Johnson finds J.J. Roth. Mattia tangling up with Roth. Basinski can't get his shot away. Backhander up to Eskew at the blue line. That's tipped and gloved by Thompson. Jake Johnson tripped up. Able to get to the puck as Barron plays it ahead. Melsick. Long pass, tips forward. Dump deep into the Bobcat zone. Melsick on it first. Plays along the wall. Jake Johnson steps off, shoots from distance. That one tips just wide. Melsick to Basinski ahead. Basinski tips it up in the air. It'll be Jake Johnson to it in the corner. Hold play up. 5 seconds to go in the period. Out front, off the stick of Havaranen. And that's it for period number 2. One more to go here. It's Bobcats 6, Mission 0. We'll step aside, allow for an ice cut, be back in about 10 minutes' time with the third period here in Game 2 of the State Championship Series. Back out onto the ice for the third period here. Bobcats bringing in a 6-goal lead. Johnson taking the net again for the third. It's Cordova, Steele, Melissa, Lewis, and Burgess on the ice. Face off one by Mission, back towards Burgess. And play it out of the zone. Tap forward, Steele. Now Cordova. Cordova, backhander in. Picked aside by Hansen, picked up by Steele. Steele spins away from the check. Takes another one up high. McGrath. McGrath hasn't stripped away. Cordova able to get to it. Picked down at the line. Sent in. Montoya with a push and a shove on Cordova away from the puck. Kept in by Roth. Kavarinen behind the net to Melsick. Montoya stands forward. Lewis able to get to it. Played down. Hansen throws the punch. No call. Interference was called earlier on McNeil for stepping in the way of a Bobcats player. Now Van Stone putting pressure on Eskew. Gets it towards Melsick, but kept in by Hoover along the line. Melsick spins away from Hoover, up the boards. Kept down, Horman. Across the logo, now into the offensive zone. Horman to his forehand. Drifts behind the net. Up top, Cosper. Through traffic, Thompson saves. Van Stone rips one off the boards. Jumped in by Hoover. Marag. Across the line. His forehand outside the faceoff dot. His shot was blocked. Behind the net, Johnson. Ends up back on the stick of Horman. Horman goes down. Play to the line. Cosper keeps it in. Thompson covers. Thompson saves. Horman with a slash. Steele to take the defense's zone face-off. Cosper sends it for Horman. His one-timer goes wide to the wall. Cordova plays around the dasher behind the net. Lewis finds Melissa, able to get it past Cosper and into the zone. Looking back, post was deflected away from Cordova. Horman on the rush. Crosses the blue line, crosses up with Marag. Thompson makes the save, and second chance goes away. Now Burgess bouncing puck to the line, kept in well by Derryberry. Played out. Steele able to clear the zone. Duffy now brings it in himself. Plays it deep. Burgess. Long pass looking for Melissa. And that's icing. Melissa out of the gas at the end of a long shift. 13:38 left to go here in the third period. It's Bobcats 6, Mission 0. Puck played back towards Roth. Roth high up off the glass. Glove down by Derryberry. Battle along the boards. Hoover able to take it across the line. Avoided the slash of Basinski. Loose puck. Medea able to control it. Medea taken down to the ice. All three forwards to the near side. Leaves some open room for the Bobcats to work along the bench line. Lawson loses control. Basinski gathers it in. Basinski beats Thompson glove side. And it's now a touchdown difference. Mission caught with all three forwards here along the near boards. It's left tons of space to work on the other half of the ice. Basinski took advantage. Martin now to take the face off. Playing forward. Miscommunication between Burgess and Martin. Medea on the rush. Medea, glove save Thompson. Rebound comes out. Martin taken down. Burgess banks one off the wall out. Melsick dumps it in. Thompson able to save it. Will knock it down for Lewis. Bobcats in the midst of the change. Burgess dumps one on net. That's in the glove of Hansen, and he'll hold on. Steele to take the offensive zone face off, and Hansen's left. He wasn't even set when that puck was dropped. So they'll try it again. Top, Roth through traffic. Chance for Cordova, wraps it to the front. The Bobcats able to steal that away. Chesley now. Across the blue line, has to double back. Puck to Steele, he's able to get it across the line. Melissa. Saved by Hansen as he dumps that one in on net. Now a puck played down towards the corner, and we're going to get an icing whistle. 11:58 to go. As the Bobcats close in on the state championship here tonight. Far and away, best team on the ice across the regular season, and they proved it here in the tournament, beating all the teams but the Sun Devils. Out front, Steele had a shot saved by Hansen, but the rebound came loose. Hansen spread the pads and closed the door. Now Melissa. Melissa's shot saved up high off the glass. Polanco takes a hit from Steele. Chitka now pulls the puck free. Gets past Roth. Jake Johnson there, and Thompson goes sprawling as the puck's behind Chesley and then iced. Johnson, Lewis, Van Stone, Burgess, and Hoover now on the ice for Mission. Tied up at the dot, through the crease behind Thompson, but all the way through. That one deflected up and into the last behind the net. Eskew deflected in. Thompson makes the save. Diving block by Burgess, got it off the stick of McGrath. Pushing and shoving out behind the net. Tosberg kicks it to keep it in. Takes a hit from Hoover. Cleared by Luke Johnson up high. No call. That was helmet high. No call. Prosper through traffic, deflected. Thompson trying to get back from Leach, able to keep it out. And a whistle. Officials will need to be careful with number 13, Cade McGrath, been suspended twice this season for abuse of officials. Once for verbally abusing an official, once for physically laying hands on an official at a tournament in Dallas. Steele ties up the face-off, hops towards the slot. Cordova on the backhand, able to get it out for neutral ice. He's knocked down by Derry Berry to Morag. Morag skates around Cordova. Shot in. Thompson gloves that. Steele wins the face-off. Puck blocked up into the air. Taken down. Ships to center ice. Cordova had it in his skates. Now played into the zone. Back out. Jake Johnson sends it back as Mission clears the offside. Ahead towards Horman. Horman skates wide around Melissa. Poke check by Jake Johnson. Now a long pass ahead, deflected into the path of Steele. All alone as he chases it down. 4 Bobcats defenders there. Cordova gets to it. Cordova spins, tries to send it back behind the net, but Derry Berry able to steal it away. Melissa trying to pull the puck free. Now Steele. But it's Horman that comes away with it. Gets it out to neutral ice. Morag ahead of Johnson. Johnson had a hold of the jersey there, but that went uncalled in favor of Mission. Now Cordova. Cordova across the line past Duffy on his backhand. Avoids a big high hit from Morag. Morag spins away from contact from Melissa. And then down behind the play, Duffy wipes out Cordova. And no call. We're just going to have a face-off. Varinen behind his own net. Plays the puck out. Lawson. Lawson with speed. Past Burgess. Thompson. And he gets in. And what should have been a power play for Mission turns into a goal for the Bobcats. Lewis plays the puck forward looking for Van Stone, but it makes its way all the way through to Melson. 8-0 now the score in favor of the Bobcats. He's getting scrappy behind the play. Varinen can't control. Hoover tried to get to it ahead of Melson. Now Varinen plays the puck deep. Picked down by Roth. He's pinned in along the benches. Roth now plays it into the Bobcats bench. Face-off will come at center ice. 8:13 to play. Steele wins the faceoff back to Jake Johnson. He plays it through traffic ahead. Icing waves off as SQ retreats to the corner to get it. Cordova with a loud hit on SQ. Then Chitka plays the puck towards the benches. Melissa back behind the net. Hansen will slow it down. Over to Cosper. Now Chitka off the stick of Polanco. He'll have to retreat. Puck still loose. Played into the offensive zone. It'll be chased by Cordova. Cosper doesn't get all of it. He tries to wing it through. Polanco with the puck. Forward for Chesley. Back up top, Cosper. Cosper through traffic. That goes up high over the net. Thompson will glove the puck and hold on. We'll get a stoppage. 7:11 to go. Luke Johnson takes a defensive zone draw to Thompson's left. Has Hoover and Van Stone with him. Burgess and Lewis, the defensive pairing. Burgess able to get to it first. Puck off the stick of Hoover and out of the zone. Duffy first to it. Along the wall, clear towards Leach. McGrath. McGrath stepping wide as it knocked away by Burgess. He takes the tumble. Looking for a call, he won't get it. Duffy. Long pass ahead. McGrath establishes himself in the neutral zone and then sends it in deep. Bangs around the boards. Van Stone able to get it out. Leach stripped of the puck. Back to Derryberry. Derryberry long pass ahead towards McGrath. McGrath will dump it into the zone on one touch. Lewis tangled up with Johnson. And finally forced the puck down towards the Bobcats net. One touch looking for Chitka. Return to Horman. Horman cuts towards his forehand. He's taken down. Hooking going to be called. Ross called for the hook there on the breakaway. Nelson takes a moment to get back up as he made that save at full stretch there. Keep the goal out on the delayed penalty. Puck now to Melissa. Melissa gets it clear of the zone, but not deep. Pucked away, and another miscommunication as Steele and Melissa run into each other. Navaranen with speed dumps the puck in. Steele races to get there first. He does, but Montoya's there as well. Played out front, turned over by the Bobcats, and Mission gently clears towards center ice. McGrath knocked aside by Steele. Gets the puck back on his forehand, goes behind the net. He gets taken down. And tripping called against Steele, as now we're going to get the whistles out. So 5-on-3 now for minute 16 in favor of the Bobcats. To tripping or a hooking and a tripping penalty. The reason why. Mescu, Mirage, blocked. Thompson with a nice stick save there. Mescu, one-timer. Thompson saves, kicks aside. SQ again. Back to Mirage. Mirage shoots. That's blocker down, and it comes to Chitka on the second chance. And he's able to put it home. So Roth out of the box. Steele will remain. 9-0 now the score in favor of the Bobcats. This is going from bad to worse for Mission. Minute 34 still on the penalty to Steele. Bobcats push the faceoff forward. Pasinski will outrace Roth to it. Roth shrugs off a hit, tries to get the puck towards Martin. On the backhand, towards the line, not out. Esky with that long stick, able to keep it in. Lawson back to Esky, one-timer. Thompson gloves it down. .432 to go in the period. Minute 14 still on the penalty. Lawson fires from distance, hits the pads of Thompson. Roth to the line. Esky still able to keep it in. Can't find the puck. Martin swing it down the ice. Esky to the offensive zone. Cosper misplays the puck. It comes all the way out. Esky on it ahead of Johnson. Played forward towards Medea. Medea, stick lifted by Hoover as he crosses the line. Lewis able to get a stick on it and then cleared out by Johnson. Hansen all the way to the corner to play it. Steele back out on the ice. Costa with the puck. Costa fires. Thompson, glove save. Steele ties up the face-off and goes free. Derryberry racing with Cordova to get to the puck first. Derryberry gets to it. Now Melissa steals it away, looking for a return pass center, but that was intercepted by Derryberry. Swept in front of the net. Steele plays the body instead of the puck, and Polanco able to pull it free. Chesley has to delay as his team is offside. Takes a hit and then takes a dive. Steele has it ripped away from him. Morag turns. Absorbs the hit from Cordova. Chesley with control. One-timer for Morag. He didn't get control of it. So we hit 2.5 to go here in the third period. Lots to be proud of for this Mission team this season. Several tournament wins. And then the overtime thriller against the Knights to make it here. Their first championship series in several years. Hansen takes a dive in his net, begging for a call. He won't get it. Shot by Jakes Johnson, just barely blockered up over the net. Laid out front, Chesley with it. He'll flip it deep. Knocked down by Lewis. Bobcats changing. Lewis dumps it in deep. Nick will go for a change too. Hansen will sweep it away. McGrath. McGrath with the puck. McGrath goes to the side. Thompson, sweeps through the 5-hole. He thought he had it. Another uncalled penalty leads to a Bobcats goal. That time Ace Barron blown up in the numbers. McGrath. Hoover skates through the trip. Ahead of Montoya, able to play the puck in deep. Van Stone chasing. Delayed penalty coming up against Mission. Unbelievable. 30 seconds to go. 6 skaters on the ice for the Bobcats. They'll take the puck back to their own zone to see out the clock. Ten seconds left with Basinski's shot. Ends up out of play. Six seconds to go. This game fully done. Bobcats win the faceoff. Puck played towards the corner. Up in the air, Melissa with it. And that's it as the Bobcats win the Arizona State Championship. Mission goes down by a score of 10-0 here in the second game. Hard work by Mission to make it this far. Underdogs as being the third seed for the season. And that's it for us here. Bobcats take a 2-0 win